Hello, my name is Anuj Dakra.
And my name is Anish Kasam, and this is our mortgage lending fairness dashboard called Who Gets the Loan.
Our motivation behind building this was that mortgage denial rates is publicly available through the government HMDA database, but it's incredibly hard to analyze visually. So there are millions of records, and most tools don't let you explore racial disparities across like geography, income, lenders, and time at once. So we built an interactive dashboard that lets anyone explore whether black applicants are denied mortgages at higher rates than white applicants, even when they have similar incomes. So I'm going to hand over to Aneesh to walk through what each panel shows, and then I'll come back for interactions.
So our dashboard has seven coordinated panels, all visible on one single screen with no scrolling. Each panel is linked, meaning that when you interact with one panel, the others are highlighted in the same data is highlighted in different panels. So let me walk through each one of the following. Though, so the first panel, that is A, geographic distribution of the fairness gap, is the chlorophyll geo map. It shows all 62 New York counties colored by income controlled black versus white denial gap. The darker the red is, the larger the disparity in that county. So, at a glance, you can immediately see which parts of New York State have most severe lending inequalities. You'll notice it's not just New York City. Some of the darkest counties are upstate in New York, in the northwest. So, when we go to panel B, that is the scatter plot. That's the PCS scatter block. We took county level features like median income, denial rates, home values, and application volume. Ran the principal component analysis (PCA) to reduce them to two dimensions, and then use the K-means clustering with five groups to identify the county archetypes. The five clusters are rural, underserved, mixed income, wealthy, urban, affluent, suburban, and high denial markets. These two components together explain 85% of the total variance, and so we are capturing most of the meaningful differences between counties. So, if we see the panel C, that's the parallel coordinates panel. Each line represents one county, and each vertical axis over here is a different variable. That's ACS income, Zillow home value, application volume, black versus white fairness gap. So you can brush along any axis here like this and see, you can easily compare them, and you can easily see which tends to lower overall denial rates, but it doesn't necessarily mean that racial gap is smaller over here. So if we go to the D panel over here, this is the Sankey diagram. It traces the flow of loan of applications from applicant trace on the left, through lender size in the middle, and the approved and denial on the right. The width of each band is proportional to the application volume, so you can visually see structural patterns. For instance, black applications uh, flow more heavily through mid-sized lenders over here, and their denied bands are proportionally much wider compared to white applicants. So when we go to panel E on the right, this is the scatter and regression plot. Each dot is a county and colored by racial group, uh, and the axes show income versus denial rate on the left, x and y axis. There's a live regression line fitted per racial group. What this shows very clearly is that even as income goes up, the black denial rates line sits consistently above the white one. Uh, if we go to the panel F on the bottom over here, this is a time series line chart showing denial rates by race from 2018 to 2024. The shaded bands in the middle marks the COVID period. You can see the racial gap actually widened during the COVID period, which matches the research showing the tightened lending standards hit minority applicants harder during the economic stress. This is the last plot of the dashboard we have. This is the panel G, the lender bar chart. It shows the top 15 lender IDs by income control, black versus white denial gap over here. Each single leader in top 15 has a gap of at least 26 points, if you can see in the current version. Uh, Together, these 7 panels give a complete picture of mortgage lending fairness, geographically, demographically, by lender, and over time. I'll hand it back to Anuj to show the interactions.
Cool. All right. Now let me show you the how everything is like connected, and I'll start with the map. So I'm clicking on this county, which is the darkest red county on the map. And as we can see, as we mentioned here, one county, and this is one of the darkest counties, and we can see immediately that every single panel updated at the same time, and the PCA plot highlights just the county dot, as we can see, and the parallel coordinate dims all other lines, and just we can visualize this one. The Sankey diagram reaggregates to show only the flows for this, and like the scatter and the trend line updates, and the lender bar chart re-ranks based on this county lenders basically. So now I click again to deselect and go back to the full view here. So this is like the full view, and this is like the selected view of this county basically. So now on the PCA scatter plot, I can click a cluster. So I can click a cluster of any dot basically. Let me click the highest denial um, like rate here. Probably I can click this one, and as we can see, everything changed on the view, and it is this county, and this is the line on the scatter plot. And you can see, like, you can like basically start to see patterns that high denial rate counties tend to have lower median incomes, and high black denial rates across like the board basically. So yeah, that is one of the things that we visualized. And now the parallel coordinates, I'll say, I'll brush the fairness gap axis here. So as we can see, we have like multiple axes here, and I'll just drag about like 20% upwards, probably around like this, so that we can just see those lines. If we can visualize it and see on the scatter plots as well. So yeah, this is for the parallel coordinate chart that we had. Also I can like clear filter so that I can see the whole map from here. We have like effects here. What happens when the map now like highlights basically the top 20 counties is the Sankey like re-aggregated everything. As we can see, like, as I'm changing, it re-aggregates everything, and the trend chart shows only those counties in specifically in terms of historical trends. It's like a really powerful way that we thought to isolate the worst cases. And I can also drag the brush up and down, like something like this, which can like change everything. So yeah, on the Sankey as well, I can hover over and see how basically we have each of the applicants. So like on the Sankey, I can see how the denied band from like black applicants going through the mid-sized lenders. I can see like the exact number of applicants here, as we see 143628 here. And if I click on one of the race nodes on the left, it isolates the group across the panels, right? So this was the black and this is the white. So now when we move to panel E, scatter plus regression, on the scatter plot I can use the drop down to change what axes we want, like Asian applicants or black applicants or white applicants. We have this feature added here. The gap between black and white lines is still visible regardless of like the x-axis. So if I do white applicants here and then the black applicants, I can obviously see a difference here. um, Regardless of like what income variable I use for the x-axis. That's one of the key differences we saw. And probably like if I show you the COVID panel here for F, um, I want to point out this shaded region that's like 2020 to 2021, the COVID period. You can see that before COVID, the gap was relatively stable, like if you can see, and it widens during the recovery period, as we can see. But like if I have like selected specific counties using the map or parallel, these lines will update to reflect like exactly what those counties are. So like if I select this, it will update accordingly. So yeah, that is one of the features that we added. Uh, we also have like panel G. If I click on the top lender here, the map highlights which counties has that lender, and the scatter plot filters to only their loans. So we can see whether the disparity is like spreaded everywhere or concentrated in specific areas. Um, so yeah, so to like wrap up, we have like across 2.36 million New York State mortgage applications. We consistently like find that the black applicants like face denial rates around 18 percentage points higher than the white applicants with similar incomes. That gap like shows up at the county level, at the lender level, and it get worse during like the COVID. So yeah.
So the entire dashboard here runs client side with no build step, just a Python pipeline with that outputs JSON files and d3.js in the browser. You can clone the repo and reproduce the full environment in minutes. All the code and data are in our submission. Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys.